We're listing only the top shelf brands here along with some stunning pictures. This includes the best watch brands known as the Holy Trinity, which is comprised of Patek Philippe, Audemars Piguet, and Vacheron Constantin, as well as many other luxury watchmakers such as Jaeger-LeCoultre, JLC, Blancpain, U.S.C, Rolex, Jaquet Droz, and more. Although this is a very comprehensive list, it is not in any particular order, though we may harp on the Holy Trinity watches a bit for obvious reasons. Every last one mentioned here is an excellent watchmaker worth considering if you're starting a collection or just curious. What is the number one watch brand? Number 1, Patek Philippe. Known for inventing the very first wristwatch, Patek Philippe & Co. has become a top watchmaker and is one of the most sought after in the world. Everyone would agree that it would be a disservice to make a top 10 list and not mention this watchmaker. Patek Philippe is one of the 3 Holy Trinity watchmakers. Some of their most popular models include the Nautilus, Aquanaut, World Time, 20-4, Calatrava, and more. In addition to their many popular models, Patek Philippe was commissioned to create some of the world's most complicated watches for many high-profile individuals such as James Ward Packard and Henry Graves. Number 2, Vacheron Constantin. Next in our famous watch brands list is the oldest continuously operating watchmaker in the world. It is a brand that brings hundreds of years of watchmaking history with it. Since 1755, Vacheron Constantin is also another Holy Trinity watch brand and has been creating some of the most unbelievably unique and creative horological masterpieces. The best example of their mechanical genius would be the recently released Vacheron Constantin reference number 57260, also known as the world's most complicated watch, with a mind-blowing 57 complications, and which has an estimated value at $8 million according to Forbes. Even before this amazing feat, they were considered to be a top luxury watchmaker. Number 3, Audemars Piguet. Another member of the prestigious Holy Trinity in watchmaking, Audemars Piguet has been manufacturing some of the most spectacular watches since being founded in 1875. They are certainly considered by most to be one of the top 10 watch brands in the world today. The collection for which they are most famous is the AP Royal Oak series. This is an iconic watch collection that was a major game-changer for Audemars Piguet, who was the first to use a non-precious metal, stainless steel in the latest sports watch design, and charge luxury prices. Number 4, Blancpain. Blancpain was established in 1735 and is slightly older than Vacheron Constantin but did not operate under the Blancpain brand from the day it was established. They have contributed much to the advancement of watchmaking techniques and produced watches containing some of the most complicated movements. Blancpain is the pioneer in creating diving watches with their iconic 50 fathoms timepiece, the world's first ever diver's watch. Number 5, U.S.C. In 1846, a U.S.C. opened its manufacture. At the time it was not more than a watch stand, but soon became one of the powerhouses in the watch industry. They create everything from classic minimalist design series such as the San Marco Classico to the flashy and complicated Hour Striker, Sonata, and El Toro GMT plus or minus perpetual calendar collections. Other modern collections include the Quadrato Dual Time and Dual Time Perpetual. U.S.C. is quite famous for their marine chronometers such as the Maxi Marine Chronometer and their marine chronograph. With their marine watches, U.S.C. has cornered a segment in timekeeping where they truly shine brighter than the North Star. Number 6, Jaeger-LeCoultre. Jaeger-LeCoultre is a Swiss luxury brand of watches that is highly respected by its peers. Many believe it is to be one of the best luxury watch manufacturers and arguably one of the most vertically integrated, prestigious watchmakers in the world. One of the reasons for this is that they produce their own movements in-house as well as many of their components in-house. Watchmakers that can produce in-house movements are usually held up on a pedestal and celebrated for their ability to control quality and craftsmanship down to the finest detail. Number 7, Omega. Omega SA is one of the more popular brands of luxury watches, yet they are not necessarily one of the most expensive watch brands out there compared to many watchmakers mentioned here. They had their Seamaster watches featured in major films throughout the years, films such as, say, every James Bond movie since GoldenEye featuring Pierce Brosnan and every 007 film that followed featuring Daniel Craig. Most notably famous for their moonwatch, the Omega Speedmaster Pro, which was on the wrist of Buzz Aldrin as he took his first steps on the lunar surface. Number 8. Glashütte Original. When it comes to high-end watches, people usually think of Switzerland since Swiss watchmakers make up the bulk of the pack. There are exceptions though. Glashütte Original is a Saxonian/German brand, which, no surprise here, German engineering is world famous, especially when it comes to mechanical engineering. Glashütte Original is one of the few luxury German brands that really stand out. Number 9. Rolex. It would be a shame if we didn't mention a brand like Rolex, which has the most recognized watch brand in the world with literally 100% brand recognition. But though they are the most famous of all famous watch brands, let's acknowledge them for their watchmaking skills, not just for their popularity. Rolex produces some rather amazing watches, and lots of them. It is estimated that their production is approximately 2,000 watches per day. Number 10. Jacquet Draws. A watchmaker that started off as an exquisite clockmaker, Jacquet Draws was the first to open a factory in Geneva, Switzerland, and soon became one of the top 10 watch brands in the world. His mechanical genius produced watches that embedded some of the wisdom used in generating their exceptional grandfather clocks and featured many watches with automata, and what separates them from other high-end watchmaking brands is that they are considered a more refined brand for those with only the most exquisite taste.